Hey, everybody, it's Anthony Pirozzi here again with my Inspiration and Motivation podcast. I hope you have enjoyed the last couple episodes on my YouTube channel. And I want to thank all of you who have subscribed. And if you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. And also, if you like what you are hearing or think it resonates with someone who may need to hear it, please share it and invite them to subscribe as well. So today, let's talk about passion. I've talked about it briefly in my last episode, Inspire Through Action, about passion. And so I'll ask you right off the bat, what is your passion? Right now, passion is the definition of passion is it's a strong and barely controllable emotion. And when I think about passion in that respect, I think about sports. That's what comes to mind to me, how excited people get and passionate about rooting for their team. And in some cases, it could take you across the globe to watch your team win the championship for the first time in 33 years, which it did for me, having gone to Italy, in particular Naples, with my son Vincent at the end of April of this year and early May. Great experience that we'll share in a future episode here with y'all. So with that, I just want to say when we assess passion or try and identify what our passion is, I look at it as something that fills my heart, and something also that I think for me is maybe this is a spiritual reminder of what God may be calling me to do, something that's deep in my core, something that I just can't get it out of my mind, or as soon as I hear there's some help needed somewhere or I can make a difference somewhere, it really pulls on me. And I think that's a sense of passion as well. But you could look at passion both in short term and long term. What we might be mostly familiar with is some short-term passions. For example, think about what you were passionate about 10 to 20 years ago versus today. You've evolved into adulthood and since you were a youth, and things change, priorities change, interest changes. So for me, when I was a kid playing baseball at Peck Park, I wanted to be a professional baseball player. It was just something that I was passionate about doing. But as I got older, my interests changed. I got somewhat burned out in baseball by the time I got to high school, and I was already starting to play soccer. So between those two sports, even though I didn't make the professional ranks, like I think a lot of kids have dreams of, and in some cases parents have the same dreams for their kids, but I evolved into a different passion of just enjoying the game and rooting for my teams. With that, growing up, now heading into junior college, and in college, I started picking up the guitar and thought maybe one day I could be a rock star and things of that nature. But, reality of life sets in, and then you start feeling, well, maybe that's not the thing for me, and things evolve. And so I look at those as short-term passions that we all go through. You could see it in your involvement with volunteering. Maybe you're volunteering with an organization for 5-10 years, but after a while, that desire, that passion to help that particular group, nonprofit, kind of changes. You evolve. And so you look at something else. Those are what I'm talking about, short-term passions. So you could think about that as well, what you're going through in your life, things that you are interested in now versus what you were interested when you were, let's say, younger, okay? For me, when I was younger, I had a lifelong, and I still have this, that's why I'm doing this podcast, passion for inspiring and motivating people. Now, when I got out of high school, I always thought, boy, I'd love to be a motivational speaker, but what was I going to talk about back then? I didn't know. I didn't have a lot of experience, but what I did know was sports. And so I leveraged that passion when I start coaching kids and getting them to believe in themselves and their ability, and teaching them and telling them it's okay when you fail, as long as you get up, move forward, and learn from what you failed in just prior. And I always say, failing is a pathway to success. And so that's how I learned. I mean, I made a lot of mistakes in my life, like all of us have. So, but long term, I've always been very interested and very passionate about really lifting up people to what's possible, and just trying along the way take out the barriers that may hinder their thought process about what it is possible for them to accomplish in life. And so that's something I've been doing for a long time. It's been probably 25, 30 years, whether at a small level through coaching, one-on-one, whether on a soccer, baseball field, or whatever sports I've coached, roller hockey, basketball. Always trying to just encourage, motivate, inspire, and again, get kids to believe in themselves. I've translated that into sharing my life experiences through schools and students, whether from elementary all the way through college, and then through my career, talking with young adults and folks in their, let's call them their 20s, all the way into more experienced senior folks, and just talking about what's possible at different times in our lives. And most of that has just come with my desire to try and make a difference in people's lives, the same way I've been motivated by those who I've learned from. Things I'm talking about today is not just me, coming up with this stuff. I've always looked to people I admired and would look forward and go, how can I be like that person? What are they doing that I like, that I want to adopt and evolve into my new self, right? And so, we learn from each other. The other thing for me is, I've always had a passion that has been driven also through my faith. There have been times I haven't been confident in a lot of things I've been doing, but I pray and ask for guidance from God. So there's a lot of those things that are wrapped up in that word passion. But ask yourself, what has been your passion throughout your life? Is it something that that maybe you've had to put on a shelf because now you're a parent, or you're taking care of your parents? Maybe there's financial impacts right now in your life that you're not sure how you could even accomplish that very thing that you are passionate about. And so those are some deep thoughts, right? Is it a passion for you, or is it a passion for someone else doing something? What is your passion? Like I said, for me, it was doing something as simple as this podcast to try and get people motivated and inspired. And that's something that has been driving me now for some time. And I just decided I was going to take a step forward and give it a shot. Just like most things in life, it could be scary at first to go after a passion, but you'll know if it's a true passion once you take that very first step and give it a shot. And you'll know if it's right for you or not. But I think, deep down inside, just a thought process of what do you really enjoy doing? Like a lot of us, we're working every day just to make ends meet, right? And we're trying to get to a place where we can actually fulfill something we've always wanted to do in life. That's called passion. That's something you're passionate about. You may have been fortunate enough to find that passion in the very thing that you do each day for work. That old expression goes, if you enjoy what you're doing, you won't work a day in your life. And so really think about what your passion is. Once you identify it and start figuring out how to accomplish it, how to keep it alive in your life, it will take you places that you never imagined if you let it. So again, what is your passion? What moves you? What have you always wanted to do your whole life? And what motivates you will make a huge difference, not just in your life, but in others. So think about that. Identify your passion. And don't give up on whatever it is that you've always wanted to do your whole life. It will come. Just start thinking about it more deeply, figuring out how to Keep that alive in your daily life through all the demands that we all go through, and you'll be able to accomplish whatever you want, and your passion, I guarantee you, will fill your heart. All right, I hope this helps. God bless you. If you have any questions, please put it in the comments section or email me at apirozzi@yahoo.com. And if you're interested in another topic, please do the same. Thank you very much and have a blessed day.